peace, and black power. It's your brother Sarnetta coming straight to you from the House of Conscience, Sarnetta TV. And I bring to you my brother, your brother, Polight. Long live New Covenant, peace, and black power, family.
Left and right. Is there really such a thing? No, there isn't. And I'm gonna tell you why. If I was to tell you come outside and meet me 3 blocks down, just make a left when you come out the train station. It depends what side you come out of.
That's right.
Because I might have to now say what? My left. Exactly. Or you might say my left or your right. And what does this tell us about left and right?
That really not, it don't really exist.
Just agree, it's just varying in degrees on the pole. And we have to make things personal for us to set such a barometer. So if I tell you up or down, and God said that the sun rises or sets in the Bible, then I now have to ask the person that's giving me the Bible, and I want you to walk with me on this point.
Yes.
If God says that the sun rises or sets in the Bible, he is speaking from a disposition of a human being that's on the planet, not outside the planet, because if he's outside the planet, then he'll see that that sun rising and setting is based on the 23.5-degree axis that the planet is on in respect to its evolution. So when we make things personal, we come up with that what you call opposition or opposing fields. So in a human sense, we call it conflict of human nature. But in science, we just would merely call it duality, understanding that things exist on a pole, just varying degrees. We don't know when hot begins, we don't know when cold begins. But definitively, from a human perspective, we will give it a range and we will set a barometer. But outside of the human, these things do not exist. So what I'm telling you is, conflict is part of that duality.
Right.
It's going to always exist. So we're always going to have great come out of us. But yet and still, when you go into the white race, understanding that this duality always exists, we still haven't seen them produce the same results in the form of our civil rights leaders. I'm saying in the black race, understanding that duality always exists. Opposing fields always exist.
Right.
We've always given birth to gods under these circumstances. You are absolutely right. Stark circumstances create the significant beings that we bear witness to as leadership. That's true. But white supremacy doesn't create that. Duality creates this. You understand? But yet still, we are the only race that I've been able to conceptualize and introspect about to see how tremendously we produce these specimens of nature that we qualify as leadership, unparalleled to other races, because you're absolutely right. Everybody goes through it because it's not just merely a human thing. When we take things personal, we wind up with this conflict until we understand it's just duality.
Yeah.
You have to have another people
like,
that
even be
needs
interesting
actual
if
power
everybody
in
was
order
godly
to exist in the form that it's in now. No. Because you have a power substance. It's like you have cancer in your body. You know what I'm saying? That's something that is there to destroy the body,
yes,
not to heal the body. You know what I'm saying? When you have a European that in the very core and nature of this individual is about destruction, is about him dictating and controlling everything around him. He's already scared of the black race. He's already scared of the black man and the black woman because he can be annihilated if we sit down and have sex on a constant basis. You know what I'm saying? The white race would be annihilated. He understands this. He understands how powerful we are. He knows our history better than we know our history. You know what I'm saying? Because he has studied us. He has had us under this microscope. You know what I'm saying? Probing the different things that he can do, you know what I'm saying, with the game that he's playing. We have to understand that any time that you have an individual who have watched you, studied for thousands of years, he know what you are capable of. He know what you can do, and he know what you won't do, and he know how to get you in the frame of mind to do what he wants you to do.
When you hear brothers like Polight say, you know, I don't blame the white man for our present condition today. I blame myself. What goes through your mind when you hear brothers talk like that?
I think that Polight is very compassionate. I think that,
what about confused?
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's confused. I think he's very compassionate. And I think that he is dealing with an understanding, you know what I'm saying, that he has. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he's wrong for him expressing what he feels is right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or am I right about what I'm talking about? What I'm going to say is this, is that in this state of mind, I'm in the street every day. I see the conditioning of this European on my people because I'm walking by when I see men wanting to be women. You know what I'm saying? This is not a black thing. This is a European thing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to force this on our children to conduct themselves, to act a certain type of way. When you got women that want to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a mentality. This is a society teaching. When you try to make gay rights a human right, that's a problem.
Yes,
you
sir.
feel what I'm saying to you? When you say what happened to us as a people, you know what I'm saying? When you try to utilize that or slide on our thing, you know what I'm saying? That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a mentality that have to be changed from the home where it's being taught that, you know what I'm saying, that this is an all right behavior, when you have somebody up high talking about, you know what I'm saying, he feels that this should be a good law, we have a problem. You feel what I'm saying? Because all people who look like us are not for us. I want that to be
Let
established.
the queen go. Let the queen.
Okay, I'm agreeing on both because I'm in both worlds. But at the same time, I do believe that we have the power inside of us and that we created them. We created the condition. Africa, go back to the motherland. And how do we get into slavery in the first place? One tribe was against the other tribe.
Right.
One tribe sold us down the river to get an extra, whatever that may be. And so then they were able to infiltrate. How'd they get through and infiltrate on us and made them just pick us up and know what corner we were on, what block we were on, to be taken out and to be brought down. So it was the divide and conquer syndrome that we do have, that others can work us and continue to destroy us.
That's right.
When we turn that power back into ourselves, because we are the birth of everything.
That's right.
Of all culture, of all civilization,
That's
of
right.
all healing, of all sciences. If we are the birth, the mothers and fathers of that, then we got to go, where is that power? It's not outside to them to give us power.
That's right.
They can't give us what's our birthright. So we have to fight for it. So in my realm, we got to detox the condition of the white man, what you call the white man, the condition of our lowest self,
That's
the
right.
condition of the division,
That's
the
right.
condition of the divisiveness, the condition of separating the youth from the elder, all of that. Because if we can really unify with our full power, nothing could destroy us.
That's right. It's a powerful subject matter, and I want to talk to you about layers of consciousness. He regarded the white man as when you have somebody so high. You see?
Yeah,
I don't see the white man like that.
Go ahead.
He sees the white man like that. That's his level of consciousness, and he's saying that that's an influential position. And I understand what he's saying. I'm not trying to be condescending to him. I'm saying it's a different level of consciousness. I no longer find myself in a position to identify the white man as so high. I see my gods as so high. I see the black woman as so high. I will never again look at the white man as an influence in my life like that. Now, in some other black people's lives, he would be that high. That's how it appears from their position. After being empowered, when you are empowered, people like them start looking a little smaller. They don't look that great. You understand? So I'm just saying it's different levels of consciousness. I understand from his position what he means and represents, and he may not even be speaking for himself. He may be speaking for the brother or sister out here that's lost. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to throw a shot at him directly. I'm just making it clear that it's our level of consciousness. It's our level of consciousness. So the level of consciousness that I'm coming into, I dare to say it's a higher frequency of thought. And I'm investing all that I have into my people. Even when my people invested into them, I'm going to show forth and prove we invested too much energy into the white race. We've invested too much energy into the white race, and it needs to stop. It needs to slow down. So when I go in there, and I want to tell you that I respect and I honor Attorney Malik Shabazz. We do have a history with each other. In fact, the first 2 times I ever spoke before a very large crowd was when Brother Malik, he would come into town and he would make the call that he wanted me to speak before he comes up. And he had members of his own community, okay, and the new Black Panther Party, but he would call me and ask me to come out and speak before he leads his charge. And that helped develop and cultivate something in me. So I can't turn around here and attempt to defame that black man because I disagree with him on certain subject matters. I honor him, I respect him, and in fact, we are working with each other on some projects as we speak now that would take us post-debate. Now, I'm telling you, when I go into that debate, I'm going to be a beast. I'm telling you that now. And I told him, you know, I don't want the skin chin or anything like that to make him think that he could go in there and be passive. I told him, I want him as
But you got love for him and y'all still brothers, y'all coming out as brothers. You gonna shake, hug,
right.
all that. That's
right.
what this is
That's
about.
my man.
It's not about hating each other.
That's right.
It's about getting the information to the people. So we want to make that clear.
That's right.
Because you know how people are scared when we say we having a debate. You know
right.
what I'm saying? We are scared of that.
That's right.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. What is your take on?
They coming out. They always coming out. They love it.
How do you feel about Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad? What is your understanding of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad?
I think he was one of the greatest black men that ever walked on the planet Earth. I don't agree with everything he said, but I don't know no man that we will ever agree with all the time.
That's true.
So for the one thing or two that I may not even agree on, I even agree with him on that level. Maybe his disposition or his standpoint or his perspective. You know, light doesn't bend, it gets refracted.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So by the time his light gets to me, it's coming from a different perspective. And thus the focal point may be compromising the integrity of what he's trying to project by the time it gets into another generation. When my brother here talks about white supremacy, right? I say to my generation, white supremacy rarely exists. Many people in my generation don't bear witness to it, including myself. I wasn't there for the dogs to hose us down. I wasn't there to be raped or castrated. And shit, even when I watch the news, I have to wonder how much of this is propaganda. Even when they show me quarterly every 3 months, someone was gunned down 15, 20 times. But our generation hasn't been subject to what their generation been subject to directly.
Your generation been subject to Sean Bell.
Yes.
They've been subject to Amadou Diallo.
Brother Sinetta, let me show you something, Sinetta.
Yeah. Do
Your
you
generation-
agree that white supremacy exists, or you saying it don't?
Say, I just want
But I don't want you to get misunderstood.
Now I get misunderstood because I have people made
It's gonna sound like he teach them about to say black.
No, but see, I teach them to understand exactly who is teaching the rappers.
All right, I want to
Say what
sum
they're
it all
saying.
up.
That's
And
right.
the only person that we end this off with is the Queen.
That's right.
She been sitting here taking it all and listening to y'all. We're gonna end this on a positive note.
The community
on
needs
food
this.
for thought.
That's right.
So Queen, take us home with this.
Oh, you know, I remember my son brought in the head of the Bloods, flew him in to speak to the Crips and the Bloods.
I remember
so it was
that.
about 350, 400 young people in our
Yeah,
center.
I remember that.
Out
Yes.
in and outside.
Powerful.
And that was the beginning. He prepared them. My son's Nova Islam, hip hop medicine man, prepared them and brought out the Willie Lynch papers and set up the division. So when we were introduced, when the brothers primarily were being introduced, it was the murder this one and it's, you know, the names started showing up. But who were they murdering? Each other, us. So we're saying yes, we know the white supremacy because this building, Adam Clayton Powell, we didn't put these bricks up.
No, we didn't.
We're not making money from this.
No, we not.
So that would be classified as white supremacy. But when I look at a white working woman, I don't look at her as more superior than me because I'm the very foundation of everything. So it's like getting our minds back. Getting our right African mind back, that we would not be divided because the Crips and the Bloods don't have to be divided because we need both. And we need them to partner in resurrecting us as a community. And so if one has business, that's what you after you put the blocks down. If one has business and one is a midwife and one, you know, is computer master, the more that we unify, it's like the body.
That's right.
If the body is divided unto itself, then you have a sick body. If the blood is toxic and the arteries are shutting down and the nervous system is shot and the bones are brittle, then you don't have a powerful being, body. Our people as a body is what needs to be healed. The more that we can unify, then other races cannot control us, nor manipulate or divide and conquer us. So I believe in both of the situations of this is what we're in, but this is what we must overcome. We must break the cycle by any means necessary.
Right.
Beautiful.
I agree.
Beautiful.
I agree with that totally.
That's nice. I love it. I want y'all to know that I respect my brother Polight right here. This is my
y'all
brother.
might think
even me and him
each
always
other's
going no,
throats.
but this is how we love each other and we respect each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't always have to agree. This is what we do when we love each other. Families fight all the time.
That's right.
So I just want that to be clear.
Just
with the
let it
people
be
out there.
known that the premise of this whole thing, as far as we're concerned, if we provided more services for our community, if we provided more services for our community would be able to trust each other. If when I go to school to be educated, they're white. If when I have to have my wife deliver her child, the people in the hospital are white, if when I have to go buy food, the people making the food are white, if every time I need a service, I have to go to another race, eventually I can't trust you because my way of life is predicated upon getting services from people who don't look like you.
True.
You understand? If we start becoming the bankers, and no one's stopping us from that, if we become the midwives, the people who are giving birth, if I go to you to get my herbs, if I go to you to get my education, after a while I'm conditioned to trust you again. You see, if we get rid of white people, we're going to be begging for them back psychologically. I'm telling you, we got rid of everybody white, it'd be hell on earth because we are not conditioned to trust each other day to day.
That's true.
So first I'm saying get us acclimated to trusting each other again. And it's called the law of negation. You see, we can home in on who the white man is all we want, but if we started focusing on loving each other and providing services for each other over and over and over and over again, making this an everyday practice, the rite. People think rituals happen once a year, twice a year. If we make a rite out of trusting each other every day for the year for the rest of our lives, if we make our life ritual, if we make loving each other ritual every day of our life, whatever the white man is or not, whatever we was talking about would be obsolete at that point. Because we love each other.
August the 25th.
It's gonna be on.
Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad's spirit will be in the building, brother.
Oh yeah, I hope he is.
You're still my brother
And
before the debate.
Oh, he's gonna applaud.
And you're gonna be my brother after the debate.
He's gonna applaud.
But the spirit of Khalid Muhammad will be in the building.
That's
And
right.
we'll be unified.
And we'll be unified.
That's right.
And it's gonna give you some good love.
That's right.
We're gonna give you some good love. Peace and black power, my brother.
Peace to the Black Panthers. We gonna get it in. Love y'all.
Peace to my queen.
That's a good starter.
All right, yeah.
That's real nice.
All right, Aminette. Do you fear for your husband to be going in the ring with the Black Panthers, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad said?
Oh no, he can stand on his own 2 feet.
Okay.
That's right.
What kind of question is that?
That's right.
Speak for real, man. Look at this. Look at the power. This is where I get my power from.
Uh-oh,
When they
all
tell
right.
me white supremacy, I be looking at the black woman that I come home to. Several black women. So I'm gonna come out my house and give the credit to the white man when I got these beautiful black women that I have to impress upon their minds they should invest in us as a black race, more especially me. See, if I come in the house and she say, what happened? I say, damn white supremacy, I lost my job. She be like, you a weak nigga. That's what she gonna look at me as. She like, you a weak nigga. You not self-respecting. We are selling our women over to all the other races. So I don't care what the problem is and how much pressure they're applying. We gotta boss up before we lose our women, man. And if we lose our women, we lose the respect of our children. And if we lose the respect of our children, we're gonna lose the respect from one generation to the next, and then it's gonna be outright conflict. I need the respect of the women in my household. So no matter what the white race has set up or constructed for me, when I come in the house, I want them to bear witness to me as God. I want them to say, yo, despite the racial profiling, despite the false indoctrination, despite the crazy practices taking place in the medical institution, I want them to say, damn, my baby can't be stopped. Now, if you could go home and tell your wife white supremacy while you a loser,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Then it is what it is.
That's weak right there.
But my wives and my children, when my children get older, they're gonna say, I beg to differ, because I bear witness to God, and they're gonna say it more.
What you expect to get out of this one, though? With you and Malik, what you expect to bring to the people?
Oh well, I want the people to join either the new Black Panther Party or to join New Covenant. I want them to join somebody or something that has program and services that are undoubtedly for the people. The new Black Panther Party is for the people. I know that to be fact, so I'm not gonna walk in there and pretend like I don't know they're not working hard for the people. But if the people come in there and just listen to us, disagree, and walk out, then we fail.
Right.
I want them to join somebody and enhance the programs and the services that either one of us have to provide, because one thing is for sure, we cannot stand nowhere and be powerful unless we are a collective. We have to do things as a collective. So we're gonna bring everybody together. And that is the master teacher, Dr. York. Okay, of course. That is the master teacher, Dr. York. I'm hanging this in our bookstore. We opening up a bookstore in Chicago.
So you made sure you went to get that.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I came all the way to
Long
New
live
York.
Dr. York.
We're gonna be selling his books in the store as well. This is where I come from, and I understand he may have hurt some people's feelings, said certain negative things maybe, or maybe even been irresponsible in your opinion. I'm not saying he's irresponsible. I'm saying he might have been irresponsible in your opinion, the way he conveyed his messages, or maybe he could have said things a different way to be more appealing to some people. Be that as it may, I can never turn down the fact that he's the reason why I'm interested in information today. He's the reason why I'm no longer gangbanging today. It's because of his books. I can't accredit it to nobody else. So I keep telling people, stop being mad at me for having to tell the truth and say it was his information that got me on the path. Clarence 13X, Allah the Father, Father Allah, he was there for other brothers and sisters in the community. I'm not going to tell them put that man down because I don't agree with certain parts of their doctrine. Minister Louis Farrakhan is a great leader. I know a lot of you mad at him. But you know what? He helped in part of the resurrection process for our community. So what our community has to do is respect the fact that they brought us all here to this point. And what we have to do is say, now that we have all arrived, what do we do with this information and this newly found disposition? It's not about what our leaders taught. It's about what we will perpetuate, what we will perpetuate from their teachings that can bring us forth. That's what this is about. Stop bickering, man. So this is my master teacher. He the one that put me where I'm at.
Black Power.
And Queen of Four.
Say it, man.
Is the reason why.
Say it. Black Power.
Black Power. I don't have a problem with that.
All right.
Queen of Four is why we teach the black woman is God. That's right. And if you keep teaching the black woman is God, show us the God that you appreciate.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Natural Tahuti right now, who is on tour. He's doing his thing out there. Tahuti right now, he's in Toronto right now.
That's good.
Doing what he do.
I'm proud of him.
I send a shout out to my brother Natural Tahuti, teaching the black woman is God.
We proud of you,
Peace,
brother. Proud of you.